This is Tom, and here's another KQ Morning Show Rewind from Walser Automotive Group, walser.com. Ladies and gentlemen, our special guest, Michael Bryant, Sean Bryant, good morning.
How you doing this morning?
I'm very professional, that's all I know.
That's the key.
Chris Watts is awaiting a life sentence for the murder of his pregnant wife and 2 daughters. Their bodies were found in Colorado this past August. Now Watts' mother says her son should not have agreed to the plea deal. She says she never had the chance to talk to him before he accepted the guilty plea and feels his decision may have been different if she could have. Michael Bryant, what is this all about?
Well, he has been charged, or he was charged with and then pled guilty to killing his wife and his 2 daughters. And now his mom's come forward and claiming that something else happened, that he walked in and the wife was killing the daughters, and then he in a fit of passion, killed the wife. So there's this dispute, and the question is whether or not he can withdraw his guilty plea. Mom claims if she had been able to talk to him, that they'd been able to do something, or she would have changed his mind. And apparently, originally he had indicated he didn't do it. So that's kind of where it's sitting. He's supposed to be sentenced today, and so the question is whether or not that'll happen. That's pretty much the issue.
Do you plead guilty to murder? Do you plead guilty to causing the death of an individual? What did he plead guilty to?
He pled guilty to murder, but the big thing was they took the death penalty off the table. So he could have gotten the death penalty, and they took that off the table as part of the deal. So he agreed in his plea to something so that he could get it worked out for as far as sentencing goes, and that's the benefit that he got. Now the big thing is the judge typically goes through goes through all your rights, and then your lawyer has gone through all your rights, and so it's really hard to bring that motion unless you can show you didn't completely understand it, or you can show you didn't get good legal advice. We've been involved in a couple of those where we've later on tried to break a plea, but it's really, really hard to do.
So once you pled whatever, that it's very, very hard to reverse that.
Well, yeah, and you've got to show that you didn't have effective counsel, they didn't advise you right, or you have to show you weren't in your right state of mind, or a new fact comes up. Every once in a while there's something, comes up because someone will say, well, I took the deal because I didn't want the death penalty, but now the DNA has shown that I didn't do it. So, something like that would be a big issue that you'd be able to argue about. But even with that, a judge would still have to determine you had a right to withdraw your plea.
He pled to killing his children and his ex-wife?
Yep.
Or wife? Well, oh, wow. Now, This was actually similar to a Bull episode last week.
Well, and she was pregnant too. So another charge he got was the death of it was a criminal charge for killing somebody who was pregnant.
This is Tom Bernard. You just heard another KQ Morning Show Rewind from my guys at Walser Automotive Group, walser.com. Hear today's entire KQ Morning Show on demand at 92KQRS.com, the KQ mobile app, or on iTunes.